सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, महायोगी स्वामी उमानंद सरस्वती की जय। Yes, welcome to the academy. There are some newcomers who have come in, and this is for English speaking. Today we are going to take a couple of questions. As I told you, the first text is going to prepare your mindset for correct sight of identification of gurus, the science of spiritual journey, the type of meditation you should go into, and the way a person lives normally. It's a normal life. It's a normal life, just as any doctor would live a normal life, or an engineer, or even let's take even people from various fields of education. They live their normal life like that. You can continue having a normal life even in spiritual journey, but it has its own charm. So let's go to the question. Normally people want to know which is the time best for meditation. I do recommend Brahma Muhurta, that is the morning time between 3 to 6. So normally it is so said, my Gurudev used to say, normally at this time most of the siddhas are awake, and even gods in their own ways, they do get up. Now of course we have a difference of time. USA, our morning 3 a.m. is their noon 3 a.m. So some of them say, how do we relate with your Brahma Muhurta? I said, don't worry, you do it in the afternoon at 3 if you want to do it with me. So when I do at 3 to 6, I know somebody else is doing there with me. So it's okay. So if you cannot have the same space, the scene, the place, you can go in for the time factor. My Guru used to say, don't worry about not being in Bombay at the ashram, or if you even conduct some of the sadhanas which are done in the ashram at particular time, I will be there with you. So it's a easily it has been put across. Normally another good reason for 3 to 6 is, normally once the house gets up, the woman in the house, she has her duties, she starts with her duties towards the others. Morning 3 to 6, normally she is free, So if she gets up, or if man gets up, he also, if he is a working man, he can always have his own routine from 8:30, 8 o'clock his office routine can start. But here morning time they can give to themselves, and if both are willing to do it, then of course it's a blessing for the house that people in the family are living a sage life, a saintly spiritual life. However, the correct time is for Brahma Muhurta at that time, because my Gurudev, as I said, used to say that all the siddhas are at that time, they are available to you. They are available to you. Not only that, maximum intuition that you receive regarding various subjects, your study subjects, or your problems in life or situations in life, you get answers during your Brahma Muhurta. So meditation, for meditation, select the time between 3 and 6, and create a nice little place for yourself. Doesn't matter even if it's in your bedroom, on your bed, doesn't matter. It's okay, wherever you are. The Siddha Yoga doesn't ask too many conditions. Your just mind should be willing to do what it is doing. So meditation you continue doing, and you sit with your eyes closed. Now normally we do suggest application of Bhasma, it's the white ashes. It has its own significance. There are stories related to Bhasma, but I will tell you an incident about Bhasma in my life. So that will give you the importance of Bhasma. It's a direct experience to me. Once when I was on this path about 25 years back, a family came to me, and one of their family members, they said, they felt, or it was so, that the family person was possessed. Now when you say possessed, you need that exorcism and all those words are used to get the evil spirit out of your body. Of course, I had no experience with all this, but they came to me because I was on this path, so they thought I could be of some help. They came and said, please come and help the girl to overcome this evil spirit. So I decided to act strong, but but I was really scared. I mean, you see, well, anyway, but before I go, before I went, I very humbly saluted my Guru. I said, you've got to be with me. This is a different experience. I don't know how I'll deal with it. So I heard a beautiful prompting given to me that apply Bhasma and go. It's a white cake. You can use it like a powder. You just try to rub your fingers on it and apply it 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, those 3 fingers. And then normally that's the way one applies it. How you apply perfume and all like that, this is also applied, powder it is. And I applied Bhasma to myself. I was looking white as I was a ghost. And then I went to their house. Now all the family members, they just stood out and they just pointed out that the girl is inside, the girl who was possessed was inside. So I went in and I saw that somebody had tied a kerchief to her, and in that kerchief there was a line. It was wrapped into a kerchief, and then that kerchief was tied. So I felt she would get choked. So I just went and I released it. I didn't realize it. She was a known person to me, so I was not like there and then I was not so scared about the whole thing. I just said, this will hurt you, so let me release it. So I opened the knot and I kept the moment I did that, it's strange. I don't know how much of it was true possession or how much of it was truly an evil spirit in that. But somehow her voice changed, her hair changed, and she started laughing loudly. It was horrendous. I mean, I was so scared. I was so scared that I hugged her. There was no one else. I was so scared. My immediate reaction was I hugged her. And then within one fraction of a second, she started saying, leave me, let me go, your body is burning my skin. Oh my God, when I heard that, I got extra energy in me. I refused to leave her. I held on to her so tight. I refused to leave her because now I realized that the Bhasma I had applied was in some way reacting or whatever. It was showing its miraculous powers or whatever it was. So then I hugged her. Not only that, I had the book with me, Guru Charitra. It is, we will be dealing with that text also. As I told you, some of the stories will be from there, and the main prayer is from that text. So I took the text, was in my hand. So I started putting the face of Dattatreya, Lord Dattatreya, on her forehead, on her cheeks, as if I was, there was some burning charcoal, and I was like burning her with little marks or something on. So, but then suddenly first she screamed, leave me, and then she started crying. So the moment she started crying, I felt sad for her. So I left her and I said, now that you are cool, let me tell you, I'm here to help you. So I said, who are you? So I pretended as if I was talking to a person who was within her. It's a very strange experience that a person was within her. So I said, who are you? So it's a very tragic thing she told me. She said, I had not completed eating my the jwar roti, and before I could finish it, I was pushed into a well and I died. So that was a very sad revelation. And then I said, but what makes you come back now? I mean, why have you come back? So she says, I want you to give me, I want to complete my meal. I want to finish having my meal. She says, I would like to have a jawar roti, and I would like to have just grinded chilies, red chilies, grinded chilies. You mix it with little garlic. We call it kharda. And she said, I want that spice with the jawar, and she wanted tea made of goat's milk and jaggery. A strange combination. We normally don't do that. We don't have that. We have sugar and normal tea. But she wanted a normal milk. So she wanted goat's milk and jaggery, and she wanted to have tea with these two things. One was that baked jawar roti, sort of cake it is, and the chili spices made of chili and garlic. So I said, I can help you with the first two, but about tea, I'll give you normal tea. She said, no, I won't leave. So I said, if you don't leave, then I'll have to hold you tight again. She gave me a very fierce look, but she knew that, well, enough of it. So she was quiet. Then, of course, I invited the family in. I said, please give me all the flour was needed, FLUOR, and I made it for her myself. And I gave it to her and I made her eat it. Now, the whole thing was told to you to tell you the significance of Bhasma. And it is, when you go to a place which is called Gangapur, it is considered to be a place of Lord Dattatreya. And here people who either think they are possessed or they may be truly possessed, they are taken there to Gangapur, and the water, when after prayers and worship is sprinkled on them, they tend to return back to normalcy. Now that is the Indian thinking, but we won't go into how much of it is scientific and right and wrong. This was just to give you an idea, the significance of Bhasma when applied during meditation. It keeps evil spirits away from you, because your mind, your body doesn't move much, but the mind is willing to leave the body and miles away, is willing to go away miles away. Then it will go into various unwanted, unthought for ideas. They are unwanted ideas. You may suddenly think of somebody who must have already died and gone, and you might think of somebody, I mean, very distant, very away. So all these distractions can be curbed by using of Bhasma. When you apply it the faith in that. And Indians are comparatively blessed with the concept of faith. Very little of them challenge it with science. Let's consider faith as one of the additional dimensions, or it's a different measure by which, if you measure or by which you start your spiritual journey, you may achieve results more faster. Anyway, that goes with the first question, a time for meditation. And then we'll go to the second one, that do we need to say the prayers daily? Now, it's a nice system. It's some sort of a time given to yourself, and it's a routine. It's like if it's just said Mantras are just said for the sake of saying on a physical level without even understanding it, you can be rest sure it will physically purify you. It will physically purify you. Now suppose I keep on saying Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Now suppose I keep on saying that, and then the entire body, I mean I'm not aimed at, it's too early, I have not had a bath or something, I'm sitting for meditation, maybe. Sometimes if you can have a bath and sit, nothing like it. But if you can't have, even applying bhasma and sitting, because otherwise you disturb the house. So you can get up and just sit on your bed with a little bhasma and then start meditating. And in that, whenever you keep on chanting mantras, it is like purifying the body, it purifies the mind, it purifies the intellect, it purifies the soul. What actually must be happening? The other day I had talked about gods existing in the form of mantras. So if you keep on invoking those mantras, you are inviting the gods to be around there in the situation. Like a lamp, you burn a lamp and darkness leaves. Similarly, when you bring down gods in the form of mantras in the house, around yourself, within yourself, then all the impurities or imperfections, they leave, they just leave, they vanish. I am trying it daily, purposely, so that I would like to come out with statistical countings. So if you do so much of it, a particular type of fever will go, or an ill health will go, or a situation will improve, or there will be no casualties in life, or there won't be verbal battles in families. So just keep on saying. It's nothing like, instead of saying hello to somebody, you keep on saying hello to God. That's all. It's just keep on saying it and invite Him and make him or her be present in the situations where you are. Just make them manifest there. Like for example, suppose I say I need a glass of water, and somebody will come and give me a glass of water. But if I say Om Namah Shivaya, nobody is going to bring me water. But some result is going to come because I have expressed the words. And the words are transformers of unseen to seen situations. Water was not there, it is there now. Similarly, when I say Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva was not there, but he will be there now. So if you keep that mindset and do it, you might be able to change many situations in life without getting disturbed by them. So it's very important that you do Swadhyay. And if you do it with meaning, it will purify your mind. If you do it with intellectual understanding, you will understand the depth of yoga. You will understand the possibilities of God's powers. And if you do it with love, it will be like a love letter to your Guru. And of course, the results are bound to be beautiful. So this is very important that you have certain set prayers. But if you say a particular prayer, then you don't have to change it because I have said this particular prayer. Install the same faith in that, same love in that. So therefore, even if you belong to some other religions and you have your own prayers, please follow them. Just follow it very purely, that is to purify your mind, your body, your intellect, your soul. So it's pure enough to receive the energy of the gods. Okay, then we have, when you already have a guru, most of the seekers feel, why should we go to another guru? Is it okay to go to another master? Is it okay to go to another master? So normally the guru, once you meet a guru, normally you don't need to go to another guru. But since I myself have gone to 3 different gurus, it is not whether they were perfect or not, but maybe I was imperfect to receive the best from the first guru. So I had to develop myself a little more and go to the second guru, and then I had to develop further more, because receptivity also counts. It's not only how good the master is, but how capable is the student. So even if you need to go from one guru to the other, remember it's just Chaitanya, just energy. It's a principle, P-L-E, not a principal, P-A-L. There is a beautiful story in Guru Charitra. One of the devotees is almost ending up his life. So a spiritual master is standing there and he says, why are you ending your life? It's so precious that you should live your life. So he says, no, he says, I went to a master and instead of teaching me something, he made me work and work and work. So he says, I want to leave him and I want to go, I want to just end my life. He says, right now we won't end it, we'll see if we can do something else about it. So this man steps in and he says, he tells him 3 stories. I have already mentioned those 3 stories earlier. They were about the 3 students who are working for the master. And for the master, he doesn't have to give you a textual knowledge to make you enlightened. He just has to put his hand on your head and just say, all right, you will be blessed with the knowledge, and you can be blessed. You can be blessed. So, same thing happened. It is so said that when Allah went to a cave, and there he saw some sutras which were written, they were carved on stones, and he was asked to read. And he said that I can't read. So a messenger, a God's messenger was there to communicate the words. And the man came out enlightened. In Autobiography of a Yogi, you know how the yogi goes sits under a tree, and by the time he just comes out of the tree, he is a transformed person. So various stories will tell you that for a guru to pass on the knowledge, you may not need text. If you are fortunate enough, he just has to be pleased. It may be a momentary reaction, and he might come up with a beautiful blessing for you, and you will feel enlightened and you will be enlightened. Well, so that goes. Can we go to another guru? You can go to other gurus looking upon them as principles, because by the grace of the first guru, you've been led to the second. By the grace of the second, you may be led to the third, because sometimes gurus in their physical forms, they attain nirvana, they leave the physical form, and the devotee is not able to communicate to those who have left the form. So he needs somebody more live, more vibrant, someone he can talk to. So the role is just shifted, so you don't have to worry about it. The same master will take care of you in different forms. So if you are open to that, I don't think we should have any problem with having different religions and different masters. There is nothing wrong. You can learn from anyone. I mean, it is so said Lord Dattatreya had almost 24 masters. He learned something from each one. From Vedas, we realize that we can learn from even Panchamahabhut, all the beautiful virtues which are there which should be there in us. They were presented, or they were represented by all these Panchamahabhut. So we will come to it later. Then we have another question which has come up. This Swadhyaya, is it a complete Siddha Yoga? The prayer that we are going to deal with, we are going to come to it in the second book will be to deal with those, and I will be only selecting a few shlokas or hymns which will give you a correct insight to the role of a guru, to the role of Kundalini, and to your role as a spiritual person. So we will come to it later. But if a mantra is given to you, by itself it's a complete program. It's a complete program. You can use the same mantra for meditation, you can use the same mantra while you are doing your work, you can use the same mantra to have your desires fulfilled, you can use the same mantra to see gods. So you don't have to change much. You just have to repeatedly keep on using it again and again, and reliving those experiences, and then you are going to see how it's going. There are certain numbers which are given. Guru's mantra is 64,000, 64,000. It is 64,000 numbers times you have to repeat. Now there is another, Tera is 13. So we feel 13 is an unlucky number. My Guru used to say, Main Tera is I am yours. Tera is yours. I am yours. Say that to Guru, and even 13 times if you do, it should be enough. So it's up to you. Don't get hassled by too many things if you can't do it. Give certain time. Brahma Muhurta is enough. One prayer is enough. You don't have to have too many prayers. You don't have to keep on changing gods. Every Monday one god, Tuesday another god, Thursday another god. They are there. All of them are there. All of them are there. Like how we, in so many forms humanity exists. In so many forms. Similarly, in hundreds of forms divinity exists. Divinity exists. So there is no harm in accepting the rich culture around you and respect all. The other day there was a question, somebody had, some Hindu had said, I would like to participate on the 24th day of Ramzan. So I feel that I have worked with my Islam friends. So somebody had replied that if you don't have faith, you should not observe these fasts. So I had written that we may not be followers, but we are believers of all religions. We believe in all religions. We are followers of certain religions, but we believe in all. So that should be our attitude. Let's believe in all. All mantras are beautiful. All, as long as your motive is to attain something beautiful, every mantra is beautiful. Every mantra is beautiful. Every God who is going to take you on a royal path of spiritualism is a beautiful God. There is nothing wrong in that. So we are going to study keeping your mind open to these. Then there is another one, very nice one. How does a true seeker, how does he appear? The first thing is he is always happy because life falls into a very comfortable sort of a journey. He doesn't need efforts. For him life becomes an easy pattern, for there is very little efforts needed on his part to run his daily chores. It becomes a very smooth journey. He is a happy person. He shares happiness. He can pass on happiness to you. His written works are based on intuitions. Most of his written works are based on intuitions. So some of these subjects that you will realize, for him the books are born out of his head rather than him reading from outside. So these are a few of the things we can aim at when you are studying spiritualism and follow this path. Those who want Mantreshwari, it's a mantra power. Those who can read Devanagari, Marathi, you can send me your names on my WhatsApp or email, and I have already mentioned my number earlier. So follow it up, send to me, and we shall continue. We have completed almost 21 questions from Towards Divinity. This is for English speaking group. Welcome to Academy, and be with me. We will have a lot to talk about and have a nice spiritual mindset. Have a beautiful mindset. It might give a strong foundation to society. It will be a more civilized society. I am talking about spiritual mindset. So, this is Swamy Radhikananda from Pune. Thank you.